Good morning, everyone. We will begin in 2 minutes. Join with me in this meditation. I'm Anne Ahokangas, and I invite you to allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I know there is one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is the mind, the all, the divine. And I know that it is who I am. And it is the power of this mind that creates in my life. And anything is possible through this mind, through me. And I know this principle of God works through me to create my life. It is the one great healer. It is the Spirit of truth. For I know there is one life. And this life is in me. And it operates through the law of good, the law of love, And this law of love is benevolence, is good, is compassion. It is this love that does the healing. Always, in all ways. For this is its divine nature. And it works the same today as it did yesterday and tomorrow. It is at this moment absolutely all there is, and it is always available. So today I release any ideas that no longer serve me and allow this divine within me to do its perfect healing. I accept and I allow. For I remember that it is not I, but the divine within that does the work. And so I release all personal opinions and thoughts and leave the how up to this divine essence. Knowing that it operates according to my word. And today I speak my word of allowing full and complete healing in every area of my life. And in this moment, I know beyond a doubt, I have a deep belief, a conviction to know that the divine through me creates my life. And so I direct it, I instruct it, I compel it and command it to move through me for my highest and best. For I know it is my words that create the mold to bring about all my desires. For I know deeply that God, the divine, is all there is. And that God, the divine, exists right where the need is. Not as the need, but the answer to the need. And so in this moment, I allow this need to be fulfilled. So in this divine moment, I remember that Spirit is all that is. And it is always manifesting itself. It is pure being, pure potentiality. So with complete faith, and a complete surrender to my highest and best, I allow Spirit through me to create my best life. So I take action now, guided by the promptings within. As I relax and release, I place my entire trust, my complete faith into this simple thought that through God within me, anything is possible. Through God within me, anything is possible. For this power and presence within me operates through me. It is all that is. It is the infinite field of pure potentiality. It is my life. It is here now. I accept it. I allow it. And I release my word, knowing it is already done. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is.
was your smile, but somehow it saved my day. The memory lasted miles and quietly paved the way to a longed-for oasis where kindness dwells, not knowing my thirst to belong was masked so well. So are the ways to be lovingly, little bits of heaven, spreading the seeds of smiles, reconciles, worth ourselves, companion. The window's now open wide for my soul to see. Expressions that I chose weren't always the best, I'd say. While wrestling with my woes, you'd whisper another way. With a heart so forgiving, you took my hand. But even more healing were the words I understand. So are the ways to be lovingly, little bits of heaven, spreading the seeds of smiles, reconciles, worth ourselves, companion. The window's now open wide for my soul to see. All of my life I held my fate to chance, allowing the night to hide my way. And now by your light I see my welcoming into the day so bright. So are the ways to be lovingly, little bits of heaven, spreading the seeds of smiles, reconciles, worth ourselves, companion. The window's now open wide for my soul to see. For my soul to see.
Of the Spirit, of the Spirit, of the Spirit, of the Spirit. I am an expression of the Spirit, of the Spirit, of the Spirit, of the Spirit. a beautiful expression of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, magnificent expression of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, a unique, unrepeatable expression of God, a unique, unrepeatable expression of God, a unique, unrepeatable expression of God, a unique, unrepeatable expression of God. I am an expression of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit. I am an expression of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit, of the spirit. Right time, right place, an expression of the spirit, of the spirit. I'm fabulous, I got it, an expression of the spirit, of the spirit. A unique, unrepeatable expression of God, a unique, unrepeatable expression of God.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's such a warm, oh, sorry, not warm. I wish, but it's sunny. That's where I was going. It means a lot to us here. But welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton. To those of you here in the sanctuary, there's lots of buzz in the air. And to everyone who's with us online, we thank you for your presence. My name is Marcia Daly. I'm your presider today. And I don't think we have any newcomers. Oh, we do. Welcome. There's a gift for you if you see me at the end of the service. We also are a tithing community, so 10% of everything we receive goes back out to bless and serve. And this quarter, we are blessing and serving Unity Canada and Kemp Care Network. Our month's ability and faculty is faith. And it was created by Charles Fillmore, the 12 Powers of Man. So for January, the color is indigo blue, and the affirmation says, I have faith that all wisdom, all love, all power is always present as spirit in me. I believe, trust, and allow my faith to grow. Faith blesses my day and paves my way. And let's say together, I am faith. And so we begin. So I want to correct something I said last week. I was reading, but I said song, written by, and then my eyes went up. It's Feeling Good, written by Leslie Bricus and Anthony Newley. And Emilio is going to sing for us.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me and you, for all of us, and we're feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me and you. and we're feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world and a bold world for me and you, for all of us. All right, world, all right, unity. It's 2024 and we're here to make the world a better place just by feeling good, and that's a good thing. By feeling good about life, feeling good about ourselves, feeling good about everything, and being grateful, and spreading that good feeling all around with love, kindness, compassion, and goodwill. Are you ready to make that happen? Say yes! I knew it. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel, don't you know? Scent of the pines, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Woo! It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me and you, for all of us. And we're feeling good. That's right, I'm feeling good. And I want you all to feel good with me. So together we'll feel so good.
So we're missing a slide, and that's and that slide is me. Hi. I'm Reverend Anna Hokangas, and I'm the spiritual director here, and it's my absolute pleasure to be with you here in person and online. And for those of you online, you may not be able to see it, but we're about to have new floors put in tomorrow morning at 7. And so everything that was on any surface, in any closet, that was sitting on the floor that is not furniture is all stacked up everywhere except for where you see me. So, you know, just know that the show must go on, and so here we are. And on top of that, we're even having potluck today, which, you know, where will we put all of that? Except probably we'll just have to eat it. So anyway, join with me in consciousness as I speak this opening prayer. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I remember the truth of my being, and that is that there is this great infinite field of pure potentiality in which I live that is my source and my resource. It is every cell of my being, and it is everything seen and unseen. And I know that as I put my focus, my thoughts, my deep-held beliefs, my knowing, into this beautiful potentiality, that my life transforms in the direction of those thoughts. So today I choose good ones, positive ones, feeling good ones. For it is my divine right to be happy, to be peaceful, to be joyful. And it comes through me, as me. So it begins with me. I know that as I am it, I know exactly what to do to have even more of it. So today I am feeling good, peaceful, positive, empowered, beautiful, glorious, fabulous, supported, loved. And with a grateful heart, I let go and I let it be so. For it is always done as I say. And so it is.
Will this day up sing? Will this year be better than the last? Will I calm the voice that hounds me? Discard the demons of the past? Will I step out of my faith now? Live the truth I've come to know? Throw my dreams into the river. Let these 4 words help them flow. Singing, yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Sing it with me now. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Maybe it's a body that needs healing, a relationship that's warm, or a child that is in trouble. There's a friendship that's been torn. Or here's a job that needs new vision, a bank account that needs relief. I don't have to tell you all my problems. I just gotta rest in your belief. Singing, yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Singing it with me again. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. I believe in your goodness. I believe in your grace. I believe that your power is flowing through me in this space. For you've given me guidance, and you gave me desire, and you would not have set this flame in my heart if I couldn't start the fire. So yes, I believe, God, I believe. Yes, I believe, God, I believe. Sing it with me now. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Again. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe. Yes, God, I believe.
Today's absolute word, written by Paul Hasselbeck, is divine life. I celebrate divine life each and every day. I am spiritually centered in whatever I do. I'm consciously aware of unlimited divine life and so much more at the core of my beingness. In body and mind, I celebrate with wonder. I use perfect universal life to renew, revitalize, restore, and energize myself. I am wholly and vibrantly alive, aglow with pure dynamic life. I greet the day with eager anticipation of the fantastic and the unexpected, which are a normal part of my beingness. I am ever evolving using divine principle according to the law of divine order, which is mind, idea, expression. In each moment, I strengthen my faith, courage, joy, wisdom, happiness, and love. I live each day in celebration of the universal principle of life.
I love being here. Carpe, carpe, carpe diem, carpe diem, carpe, 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 carpe diem, carpe diem. Seize the day, for the day is a gift from God. Carpe, 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 carpe vita. Carpe vita, carpe, 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 carpe vita, carpe vita. Seize the life, for the life is a gift. Seize the day, for the day is a gift from God. Carpe, 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 carpe gaudium, carpe gaudium, carpe, carpe. Carpe, carpe, carpe gaudium, carpe gaudium. Seize the joy, for the joy is a gift. Seize the life, for the life is a gift. Seize the day, for the day is a gift from God. Carpe, 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 carpe risum, carpe risum, carpe, 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 carpe risum, carpe risum. Seize the laughter is a gift. Seize the joy, for the joy is a gift. Seize the life, for the life is a gift. Seize the day, for the day is a gift from God. Carpe amore, carpe, 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 carpe amore, carpe amore, carpe, 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 carpe amore, carpe amore. Seize the love, for the love is a gift. Seize the laughter is a gift. Seize the joy, for the joy is a gift. Seize the life, for the life is a gift. Seize the day, for the day is a gift from God. Carpe, 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 carpe.
Oh, you know, I almost feel as though it's flat now because we had so much excitement this morning. I don't want to be serious, but this is a serious topic. It's a new life, and that's our topic today. And I really want you to realize that every moment of every day, you get to choose again. And principle does not rely on precedent is a statement that I read a long time ago. And what that means is that the energy of life, the source of all things, doesn't care what happened in the past. It's about what energy are you putting out there now that is going to flow through you. And so are you ready to have a new day? Because you get to choose that. You get to choose that every moment. Are you ready to have a new moment? So do you always like the way you look? Usually on Mondays. And these are all just trick questions, but it shows whether you're in a place of joy and peace and full acceptance of who you are or not. And how often are you squeezing the hose of life, not allowing it to fully express. And so if you don't always like the way you look, why? Says who? What's the reason behind that? What's the criticism that comes up when you feel that way? And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'd like you to analyze your thinking. That's what we're here for, is to analyze our thinking because it is what guides our experiences. So, do you ever feel like an outsider? Because you don't have to. You make that choice. Someone in the audience said, not anymore. It can be a journey to feel that you are exactly where you need to be whenever you go there. You've been called to be there. You're there by divine appointment, so you really aren't an outsider. You may seem different, think different, whatever, but you are intended to be there. Whether it be to be the lighthouse and shine the light in that moment, or to absorb the light from someone else because you've forgotten your own. So do you sometimes become lonely? And what does that mean for you? Is it that you put outside of yourself the things that will make you feel good and forget that that goodness starts within you and that you don't have to be anywhere? You can be right where you are, and you are never alone because there is a me, myself, and I, and spirit, and soul, and George who talks on this shoulder, and whatever. We are an entourage. You don't have to be lonely. And are you a striver constantly asking, am I good enough?
Less and less.
According to who? Where did we learn that? And are you still doing it? And maybe not in every area, but what areas still do you feel I'm not good enough? And maybe think about that. Do you sweat? Or sometimes have bad breath? You know, living in North America, we are so hygienic, aren't we? You know, what our idea of hygienic is. And now we're even scent-free, so it's like not only do you have to be clean, but you can't smell of anything, good or bad, because somebody might be offended. It's really interesting how there are so many things in life that try to control us if we let them. So you don't have to have all the answers. Not on the top of your head. But know that those answers will come as soon as you ask the question. Because there's a wisdom within you that taps into every resource around you that will bring you the answers, whatever they are. My husband was going to resolve an issue having to do with an old estate affair with his mother when she passed away like 20 years ago now or something like that. And so he put his passport and her death certificate into a manila envelope. And it was also recycling day. And that afternoon he was going to the lawyers. And can you guess what happened to the passport and the death certificate? Fortunately, he had another death certificate, but he didn't have another passport. But when I asked inside, where is it? I immediately saw the recycling bin and it was already emptied and gone. And so I knew, and though he turned the house upside down, he didn't find it. And I knew where it was. It had been shredded in the great shredder of life. And so the answers are there, and it's to trust them when they come, because you're on a journey. So are you ready for a new life? And I'm not saying your life right now is a bad one, but are you ready to experience even more of this lusciousness that is life? So we're going to look a little bit at a movie called The Broken Road. And the areas of that movie are that this one will, and when to go fast. And then Michelle Obama was a real inspiration to me this week. She wrote a book called The Light We Carry. And so we're going to look at 3 points that she talks about: the small things, the kitchen table of friends, and going high. So no matter where life takes you, faith takes you farther. And I'd like to add to that, depends on what your meaning of faith is. If you say, I have faith in that, Do you know it? Or do you hope that you know it? Because that's really the barometer on how quickly things will show up for you. Because you'll hear people say, well, I hope, but doesn't that really sound as though I don't have it? And so if you don't have it, that's not an energy that's going to draw it to you. And in The Broken Road, this movie, there's a young mother who loses her husband in Afghanistan, and she's struggling to raise her daughter in his absence. And so this is a little movie clip of her coming home. So this one will is what it's called, and Bree tells her mother about her mustard seed project and how determined she is to see it grow.
And my friend Allie, she went really fast, and David drove into 3 cones in a row. And then when it was my turn,
Well, watch it. Come on, Bree. Watch what you're doing.
Sorry, Mom.
What is that anyway?
That's my mustard seed.
Your what?
My mustard seed. I planted it in Sunday school. And Jesus says if you just have a little faith, then this tiny seed could grow into the biggest tree in the world. And in science class, I learned that plants like to be talked to. So he needs a name.
He?
Yeah. I can't just call him, hey, seed. Matthew. Matt for short. Or should we keep him?
I don't know, honey. Some seeds just don't grow where we live.
Mom, this one will.
There's something there about the idea that sometimes, even when we don't believe, there's someone in our life who does for us, that believes a little more. And if you think about some of the most influential people that you have had in your life, you could probably name one, maybe two, that believed in you more than you believed in yourself, and that's why you're here today. Or that's why you were able to achieve something. And so that goes hand in hand with this idea of the mustard seed, and that is just like it can be the darkest place of all, and you can have a tiny little match, and you will transform that darkness. And the faith of a mustard seed is the same idea, that if you can believe, truly believe, that there is something better evolving, showing up, somehow, some way, then it does. And you will start to have people around you and confirmation around you in ways that are going to say to you, yes, keep going. So this next little film clip is when to go fast. So Cody teaches the kids about knowing when to go fast and when to slow down and have faith.
I thought I was going to teach you guys about racing when I first got here. But it turns out, I actually learned more from you. For the longest time, I thought racing was only about going fast. But racing, like life, is about knowing when to go fast and knowing when to take your foot off the pedal and have faith. Because if we go too fast, we might not notice the blessings that are right there in front of us. All right, so let's bring it in, okay? Okay, drivers, start your engines. Woohoo!
And I don't know about you, but when I get exuberant about something, I want to plow through it. And it's sometimes the way to go, but it's not always the way to go, is it? I mean, we had a class yesterday with 10 of us here that were painting fluid paints, and the idea was art as meditation. And I repeatedly, as I watched their exuberance rushing through the process, having to call out to the room, slow down, step away, stop and breathe, look at what you're doing, walk away, slow down. And so I invite you, if you've got something on the go, and there's a part of you that's pressuring you to just move faster, push further, keep going, and harder, then you don't have faith in the process, is what I invite you to say. I don't have faith. If I'm afraid, is that love guiding? And so, what have you got going on right now that you feel you have to rush? That perhaps if you slow down enough, something else might occur that just transforms that completely, moves it in another direction that is even better. And I mean, you're going to intuitively know when it's just time to keep plodding on forward. You're going to know. And if it's for you, you're not going to miss it. It's not like that joke about, if you miss one bus, another one's coming. You're not going to miss your bus. And it's to remember that as you move forward. And that's part of having a new day, I believe, is to be able to say, okay, I've planned it the best that I can. And I heard God laugh. Because, of course, that's what happens, right? When you plan the best that you can. It doesn't always work out that way. And that was part of that class yesterday as well. There were individuals who said, I knew the kind of tree I wanted to create, and it just wasn't doing it for me. And so it wasn't a fun experience. And are you doing that with life? I know the kind of life I want. I know the kind of day I want to have. I know the kind of relationship I want to have. And it's not happening for me, and I'm going to try and force it. I feel stressed already just thinking about it. So how can you slow down? Just ask yourself, whatever you've got going on, how can I slow down? Because it's all going to be okay. I'm just going to lie here for a while was a statement that my grandmother made many times to me when I was a kid growing up. I was about 20 when she passed, so I didn't get the opportunity to really get to know her as an adult. But she used to say to me, when the body physically is overwhelmed, it will just stay there and rest. It will do whatever it has to keep you there. And you can keep trying to go, but you're going to be dragging it along because it would rather heal itself. And so I don't know if you've had that experience where, but I'm not feeling well, I just have to push, I have to keep going. But the body is giving you a message, and that message is slow down. Take time to rest. Tomorrow's another day. It's going to be okay. So Michelle Obama wrote this beautiful book. Anybody read it? The Light We Carry. And she talks about 3 things that specifically stand out to me. The small things, kitchen table of friends, and going high. And I'd like to cover those because as we embark on a new day, a new life, these are things to consider. So Michelle Obama says, I believe that each of us carries a bit of inner brightness, something entirely unique and individual, a flame that's worth protecting. And when you think about someone as the wife of the leader of the free world at one time, to have that kind of belief about anybody that she encountered, talk about the right people to be in the White House, the right energy to be there, and to be in the world writing books and inspiring us. Michelle Obama said, when we are able to recognize our own light, we become empowered to use it. And that's that thing about the faith of a mustard seed. Whatever your light is, however you want to describe it, wherever you think that it's coming from, that greater part of you, when you know that you're connected to something greater than you are, then anything is possible. It's like having that good friend who believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. And it exists within you. So can you truly say, most of the time, that you recognize your own light? And if not, when do you recognize it? When good things happen? Maybe when you slow down? Maybe when you're grateful? Maybe do more of that, whatever it is. So she continues to say, when we learn to foster what's unique in the people around us, we become better able to build compassionate communities and make meaningful change. The biggest influence that I had in the Unity movement was when I first was going to Unity in Kitchener. And Reverend Sharon Ketchum, at the time, when she met new people as a kind of a gathering to find out who they were and so we could get to know each other, she would say, use an adjective that starts with the same letter as your name to describe who you are. So my name was Anne, right? So I would say artistic or angelic, but I wasn't feeling quite angelic, so I said artistic. Some days I feel angelic, but artistic. And so she got a clue of everyone that was in the room by what they said. I still remember one man who said, "Gregarious Greg." And you just knew that he must have been a really bubbly, wonderful kind of guy. But what she ended up doing was encouraging that which each person identified in themselves to see that blossom. And so what I ended up doing in Unity Kitchener was I created some artwork in the sanctuary and in something called the prayer room, that if the building still existed in its form, you would see them. And it terrified me to no end that somebody called me on the fact that I said I was artistic. But you know what? I also blossomed. And so who have you got in your life that perhaps is not feeling quite so confident about themselves? And you know that they have wonderful abilities in some area. What can you do to build up their confidence, to allow them to shine? Because that's part of the work that we're here to do. Because as you do that for others, you're doing it for yourself too. So here's a little film clip from Oprah.
The woman who needs no introduction, for real, Michelle Obama!
Book came from people asking for guidance. When you get to those low emotional places, it's hard to find your life.
Start with the thing that is small, control what you can. All of your friends make the cut once you went to the White House.
Nope.
I remember you said lost oxygen, couldn't make the climb.
Yeah.
And that's why your kitchen table of friends is so important.
Yes. It's where you felt safe, you got rejuvenated at that table. The light we carry is in all of us. It's our responsibility to share that light. Going high begets more of it. That's why we do it.
Pretty dynamic woman, and that was quite a long interview, so I mean, I cut it into pieces, as you could see. So she talked about small things that you can control, the kitchen table of friends and how some didn't make the cut, and then going high. So let's look at that a little deeper. So the power of small, when the world seems overwhelming, little victories can see us through. And do you remember during the pandemic all the people that were baking bread and posting pictures? Those were the little victories for those people. What might be other little victories? You know, you can think about what that might be for yourself. For Michelle Obama, it was knitting. So shaken by the enormity of everything that was happening, I needed my hands to introduce me to what was good, simple, and accomplishable. And so doing little tasks, and maybe what pleases you to no end is to have a super shiny, clean toilet bowl. And so you spend a half an hour scrubbing it, and then you look at it and go like, oh, I had control over that, and that feels good. And I know I'm being ridiculous and silly. But the thing is that what can you do that's simple and accomplishable in the middle of a crisis? So the kitchen table of friends, and it's interesting how when she was asked the question, did all of your friends make the cut when she ended up in the White House? And she said, absolutely not. And I think that ought to really be the way that all of us are. Not saying that we lop everybody off, but that they are no longer the people that we share our deepest feelings and aspirations with. Because if they don't feed you, if they don't encourage you, then all you're doing is squelching it down every time that you're in their company. And maybe it's just one or two people, maybe it's a lot of people and only one or two remain. Something worth thinking. So she says, life has shown me that strong friendships are most often the result of strong intentions. Your table needs to be deliberately built, deliberately populated, and deliberately tended to. And you know, deliberately built, choosing the people that you want to be with and then taking the time to be with them. And deliberately populated, how many do you have time to spend that kind of time with? And can they spend time together? And if not, maybe they're people you spend time with alone. And you know who they are. There are some where if those two people or those three people are together, it's like chaos. And other times it is a synergy that is just fantastic. Our administrator had lunch on Friday with a very good friend of hers and a couple of other friends, and it was a birthday party. And she said, you know, no matter what's going on, when I'm with those people, everything is great. And she feels good for days after. So I invite you to think about who you have as your coffee table, kitchen table of friends. And then take the deliberate time to cultivate those friendships. And she continues to say, not only do you have to say, I'm curious about you to someone who might be a friend, but you should also invest in that curiosity. Set aside time and energy for your friendship to grow and deepen, privileging it ahead of the things that will pile up and demand your attention in ways that friendship seldom does. And there are a few points there, and one of them is invest in the curiosity. There are some people that used to be in my life where the only reason I was in their life was so that they could talk to me incessantly and never wanted to hear a single thing I had to say. Or as they were putting their coat on and leaving through the door, they'd go, oh, I forgot to ask you, how are you doing? As they're, you know, it's echoing as they're leaving the door. And those are not people who are in my life today. And sometimes it means making an agreement, like in a native talking circle, where you say to everyone who has a lot to say, let's say you have 3 or 4 friends who, you know, really can be dominant in speaking, to say, let's make an agreement that we each take a turn speaking, so we all have a chance to hear each other. And when each of us is speaking, that we take the time to listen, not plan what we're going to say next, not try and fix what they've just told us, not try to solve their problems, but just to say thank you for sharing. Just things to think about. Because it's a new day. One light feeds another. One strong family lends strength to more. One engaged community can ignite those around it. This is the power of the light we carry, is how she ends the book. And, you know, that's what we're trying to do, isn't it? And as a community here at Unity, we do a fair number of eating social occasions, don't we? At least a couple a month. Because it's a time for us to be able to set aside the stuff that's going on in the outside world, enjoy something that we all enjoy together, have an opportunity to share with other people who really care about us and love us in a way that is not romantic love, but that wants our happiness. So Michelle Obama also talks about going high when everyone else is going low. We are always in motion, progressing. We're constantly changing. And we know that. It's hard to try and stay the same, isn't it? Look a year back, how much you've changed, what you've experienced. Somehow we keep learning even when we're tired of learning. Isn't that the truth? It's like enough already, and something else comes. We keep changing even when we're exhausted by the change, because that's the nature of who we are. And a new day is a promise. It doesn't have to be a choice, it's a promise. So each day is an opportunity to become a newer version of yourself. Or you can try really hard to stay the old way. Tell the same old stories, cry the same old blues, hang out with the same friends that you really don't want to hang out with, do all the same old things, and then say, gee, I wish my life was better. Who gets to choose that? I know it's a trick question. So how about practicing saying to fear, oh, hello, it's you again. Thanks for showing up, for making me so alert. I see you. You're no monster to me. Go sit over there. I'm busy. The unknown is actually where possibility glitters. This was a quote that I saw somewhere, and it wasn't attributed to anyone. And I like the idea of possibility glittering. It's kind of like light on a lake. If you don't take the risk, if you don't ride out a few bumps, you're missing opportunities to transform. And so if you've also been holding back because you're afraid, and there's someone in this room who stretched out and stepped out of her sandbox in our art class over the last month, and bravo, whatever it is that you're doing that's stepping out of your normal way of being to experience something new, bravo. And it might feel uncomfortable. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Anytime we grip hands with another soul and recognize some piece of the story they're trying to tell, we're acknowledging and affirming two truths at once. That we're lonely, and yet we're not alone. And this is Michelle Obama. And what I hear from that is that, yes, we're not meant to be alone. And so we feel lonely sometimes because we have isolated ourselves, not allowed ourselves to open up, not surrounded ourselves with people that we feel comfortable opening up to. And also, we can be that person for someone else to say, you're not alone. And you don't have to spend oodles of time with somebody, but just eye-to-eye contact for 2-3 minutes can transform that person's life. So being seen is so important. I don't know, have you ever felt as though nobody notices you when you're going somewhere? I remember when I was first in Winnipeg, I lived there for 4.5 years. And for about the first 1.5 years, I felt anonymous because I was. I didn't know anybody and they didn't know who I was. Then one day, I see in my rearview mirror in the car, somebody's waving from the car behind me, and I'm trying to ignore it because I'm sitting at a set of lights waiting for the light to change. And I still was in the mindset that I don't recognize anybody here, so why would somebody be waving at me? They must be waving at somebody else. Well, she pulled up next to me at the next set of lights going, hey, it's me. And I remember thinking, here I've been going all along, not expecting to see anyone that I recognized. And that life had changed, that now I would go places and I could see someone that I recognized. So do you go through life not expecting to see people that you know, to connect with people? And if you do, why not? Because they might be the next new friend. And how about this? When someone, anyone, walks in the room, does your face light up? Boy, that feels good when someone does that to me. You know? And I think, oh, I've come to the right place. So why don't you be that this week? That's your homework. Have your face light up when someone walks in the room, no matter who it might be. Why not? So drawing the line in the sand is another way of going high. Ask yourself, which side of this do I want to be on? It's not about looking away, even when you want to. It's about deciding which side of this do you want to be on. And then do it. So recap. What's possible if we keep choosing to go high? We have a better experience. Life in general is better. And how about that kitchen table of friends? Are they what you would like them to be? And if not, what are you going to do about it? And the small things. What can bring you moments of joy in the middle of disaster? Maybe it's making peanut butter cookies. For me, sometimes it's just going into my sewing room and sewing for half an hour. I don't have to accomplish anything, but I'm doing something small that I get to control. And when I come out of there, I'm ready to handle whatever is in front of me. So when do you slow down and have faith? Is there something going on right now that if you slowed down and had faith, it might show up faster? And the faith of a mustard seed, what does that mean to you? And a beautiful song by Karen Drucker, and we debated on how we were going to do it this morning. And so Emilio is going to do all the parts. He's going to be the full play.
I give myself permission. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking, so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Now sing it with me. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. It worked. Oh my gosh. Great.
Wow. Thank you, Emilio, and thank you, Reverend Ann. What's your takeaway today? Anyone? That we are perfect just the way we are. True. Anyone else?
We all need to slow down.
Yeah. We all need to slow down. I was thinking about my driving on the highway. Anyway. Interestingly, talking about driving, there's a traffic light as soon as I turn the corner that I rarely get the green. When I got the green the other day, I was like, woo, because I went out of my gap around the corner. It never happens. But today, I decided there were about 5 cars in the lane that I like to turn, but then only 1 car in the inner one. And if you don't get into that light, you got to wait another 2 minutes. So I decided I was going to go in the inner lane, and whatever reason, I looked to my right, and a guy was saying hi. That has never happened to me. So I said hi back. So I've been in arenas where I feel like I don't know anyone, and I walk around as if I don't know anyone, and then somebody says hello, and I go, but anyway, kitchen table of friends. I may not have a literal kitchen table of friends, but I had to write something this week. I was filling out a form, and they asked, who are the 3 people you're grateful for? And one of them was my best friend. And I did a little calculation. We've known each other 33 years. And really, in those 33 years, we have never had a conflict. So I know she is my person. Those are my takeaways. Oh, last thing, small things. How do I slow down? I love pasting paper. It's unreal, but I love a little bit of medium and a little bit of paper and a brush, and I just lose all sense of everything. Okay, thanks. So let's turn our attention to conscious giving. And we accept your gifts to us via e-transfers to admin@unityspiritualcenter.com. And for every gift that we receive, we like to give thanks. So say along with me, divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive.
So this is a new song. Don't start it yet because it's like a really new song. And it was sung by the ingenue in the musical Jekyll and Hyde. And it's normally sung by a woman. But this is my first time trying this song, so forgive me. Here we go. It's a new life. What I wouldn't give to have a new life. One thing I have learned as I go through life, nothing is for free along the way. A new start, that's the thing I need to give me new heart. Have a chance in life to find a new part. Just a simple role that I can play. A new hope, something to convince me to renew hope. bright enough to help me find my way. A new chance, one that maybe has a touch of romance. Where can it be? The chance for me. New dream. I have one I know that very few dream. I would like to see that overdue dream, even though it never may come true. Love, though I know there's no such thing as true love. Even so, although I never knew love, still I feel that one dream is my due. A new world. There's one thing I want to ask of you, world. Once before it's time to say adieu, world. Once we chance to prove the cynics wrong. A new life, more and more, I'm sure, as I go through life, just to play the game and to pursue life, just to share its pleasures and belong. That's what I've been here for all along. Each day's a brand new life.
You'd never know that was a new song for you. You do epic songs epically. Know that we are here to pray with you, and you can send us a prayer request at prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com. Or typically you can leave one in the prayer box, which is now packed away for a moment. So it can go in my pocket, so you can give it to me if you have one. But let's say the prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds you. I am the light. The love of God enfolds you. I am the love. The power of God protects you. I am the power. The presence of God watches over you. I am the presence. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And because our theme this year is dawning, we're going to have Emilio sing The Age of Aquarius. How many of us remember that one?
Another new song. So sing out. Help me out. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets. Love will sail the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams and visions, mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius. Is in the 7th house, and Jupiter is lines with Mars. Then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Aquarius. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine. Come on now. The sun shining. Now everybody just sing along. Let the sun shine. Oh, let the sun shine on it. Let the sun shine. Open your heart. The sun shining. Let the sun shine on it. Let the sun shine. Oh, when you're lonely. Let the sun shine. Let it shine, yeah. The sun shining. You got to open up your heart. The sun shine. And when you feel like you've been mistreated, the sun just open up your heart. The sun shining. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine. You got to feel it. Let the sun shine. Open up your heart. The sun shining. Let it in, let it in. The sun shine. I want you to sing along. Let the sun shine. Oh, come on now. The sun shining. Let it shine. Let the sun shine. You gotta let the sun come on in. The sun shine. You gotta feel it. The sun shining. Oh, when you open up your heart, the sun shine. I see it in the morning. The sun late in the evening. The sun open up your heart. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. The sun shining.
Oh, thank you, everyone. We went over by a little because we had 2 extra long songs, but I think it was worth it, wasn't it? Yeah. So we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us, those of you online. We're about to have potluck, so see you next week. I love you.